another day, another bit of exploration. Kinda hoping we make a lot of progress in this clip, but considering the whole Emmy gimmick and how tired I'm feeling at the moment, I somehow doubt I'm gonna even have a full-length clip here. Right. Of course we need bombs to go further to the right. Okay, that was a bit odd. Still, even if it was a short cutscene, that certainly shows that we're going in the right direction at the moment. For a second there, I thought the white mist meant the room was too cold for us, even though we have seen that mist before the last time we were in the Emmy area. Thankfully, it seems I'm wrong about that, but not so thankfully, we're back in a previously explored zone, and we are once again touching that bloody robot in the same spot again. Credit where it's due. The game is relentless, but I still feel like something as major as those robots should have been used more sparingly. While we learned about the SAX pretty early on in Fusion, it was used only a few times, so we never really got used to dealing with it. But the Emmys are used so much that they've so far gotten more screen time than the regular enemies on the game. And now that I've actually written the words Emmys and enemies so close together in my script here, I can't help groaning that I didn't notice just how close the two words are a bit sooner. I'm sure in Japanese that seems a lot more clever than it does in English, and I can't really find it in me to hold it against the game designers, because they did some wordplay in something that isn't their native language. I'm also pretty sure that that isn't the first pun for that style of foe we run into in this series. It's not like I know what most of our foes were named, just that they looked like certain things, and how they fought in a given installment. Probably not much point in me trying to find hidden paths like this before we even get the Morph-Fallen bombs. Still, usually by this point in a Metroid game, I have those things. Well, that set of rocks certainly looks like an obvious thing for us to break through. Not that we have the means to do that just yet. Impressive looking lava field out there. Kinda tempts me to pull out one of the Star Wars games that has a lava planet. Though I suppose I should also do some Mario games, if only to give the Nintendo mascot some more time on my YouTube channel, humble as it is. May as well use this save point. I kinda wish I knew why they made the save rooms look this ominous, especially before we use them and turn on the lights. Kinda gives me the impression that we're not gonna be safe even in a save room, which is usually the case in this franchise. I forget, did the 3DS game make us fight enemies while at or near a save point? I vaguely recall that happening in one of the games so far, and I feel it's more likely to have happened in the 3DS game than the Game Boy Advance titles, though maybe it was the fan-made AM2R. There's no way in hell that Super Metroid pulled something like that, though. I probably should have moved on sooner, but the way the mini-map taunts us by saying there's a secret nearby is getting on my nerves already. Right. Of course we still can't get to that, despite discovering it. Not that I have anything against redirecting lava, but the device didn't really imply it would do that before I interacted with it. Only it interacted with that pressure plate because there doesn't seem to be anything else we can do in here. Granted, that's not a terrible reason to decide to do something to make some progress, but still, I would have liked a hint that stepping there would open some doors before it actually happened. I certainly don't recall Adam telling us to redirect where lava was flowing in order to move on. Maybe I'm still just too used to Fusion outright telling us exactly what we need to do every step of the way. Well, that was truly a ridiculous number of times we got hit by that thing. Still, at least that confirmed that using a melee strike like that doesn't seem to give us any items. Okay, for some reason I was expecting redirecting the lava to mean that one of the overheated rooms back here would have become safe for us to travel through. I'm not even sure why I thought that. Bloody hell, I'm just gonna keep getting hit by things that I should already be used to at this point, aren't I? And why do we get healing items for shooting at projectiles fired from common enemies? It's funny how I don't question that sort of thing when we're in a boss fight, but it somehow throws me off here, even though it's the same damn thing. And of course, I'm getting slapped around by the same recurring enemy again. At least I didn't get slapped around quite as much as the first time. Considering how little we've gained at this point, I'm more than a little annoyed with myself that I don't know where to go from here. I'm literally going back to an area we've already explored because I want to see if there's something we somehow didn't notice there before. And I wish I could tell if that's my fault for not knowing when to move on, the fault of the series as a whole for kind of drilling that sort of thinking into me, or the fault of this game specifically for not conveying things at the moment. Especially difficult for me to say, because I'm used to calling myself an idiot when it comes to finding our way to the next bit of the game in this series. Yeah, really hard for me to tell if I'm just being especially stupid here for some reason, or if I'm just the same as usual. Oh, for God's sakes, I already know we need the ball to get to that upgrade. Wait, why did we get a missile when melee killing that flyer, but... I probably shouldn't even be asking questions at this point. I should just take a bloody break soon. We may not have done much, but I still feel the need to send something Adam's way and save.
Database. However, there are records of a chosen warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility the two are connected. You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the enemy after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first enemy. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an enemy is destroyed. There are 6 remaining enemy hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
And on on that note, I think I'm ending this clip a little early. I swear the next clip will be longer.